Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to our little podcast. I need to stop calling it little. But yes, welcome back to our little podcast. And I will do something immediately so I don't forget it. This is our lovely Mina.
Hi.
My name's Tipsy, and welcome to PlottInk.
Thank you for not forgetting.
So, as you should know by now, we meet up, talk a little, write our little stories, comment on what we learned, what we like, what we dislike.
Drink coffee.
Mina is usually bored and half asleep, and I usually just talk randomly until I hit the right topic. As you should know, again, if you don't know, go back and watch it. We've done 2 episodes this season so far. First one being the setup, and the second one being the beginning of the story. We've done 3 episodes this season already. This is actually the fourth one.
3.
Good, good, good.
I hope.
So we've done the first episode, which was the setup. We've done the second and the third, which a different human from this screen wrote a chapter for, and we are now on our next third chapter. A lot of numbers, a lot of tracking, a lot of algorithms there.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to track.
We are on the fourth episode, but the third chapter of this.
Welcome back to our second episode.
Oh gosh. There we go, our little visual aid. I know there was a point in getting Mina to do this.
You're welcome.
Mina wrote us a little after my little.
After you finished our story, I needed to write another chapter.
Exactly that one. Yes. After I finished our story, Mina managed to pull us back out and wrote us a little new chapter.
Yeah.
Anything you would like to say or share? And do not say no.
Yeah, I wanted to thank you for this opportunity to raise us back from the finished story. It was a challenge. It was very hard for me to write it, and now that I reread it, I mean, I do love it, but I feel like there could be some improvement. But that's fine. That's fine. Listen to the story and decide for yourself. We'll
Enjoy.
see. Enjoy. It rained only for a few moments. There wasn't much to wash away or erase, if I'm being honest. So Mother didn't bother with the rain for long. It wasn't a rain season and she needed her strength elsewhere. I wandered through the forest searching for leftover bones. The wet leaves whispered under my feet, and the hush gave me inner peace to think about what had happened. Something still bothered me, that pulsing pouch. Mother had not returned it from her soil. Only a few bones had surfaced. Somehow, it felt like a lesson. Mother loves her lessons. And I, for my sins, have always been fond of them too. I still had so much to learn about everything, but especially my enemies. Where there are 13, there are thousands. I know that much. The strange part was that I had felt them before. Those empty spaces. They had visited once briefly, and by before I don't mean your petty centuries. I mean long before your kind even stood upright. Yet, I couldn't quite put my crooked claw on it, and by claw I mean finger. I have no claws in my casual form. Still, I collected the bone fragments of each enemy, even the first one. Mother gave back some of his leftovers, and they would serve me well later in heavier magic. A single thought of my hut made it appear, lurching on its chicken legs, crooking itself into the shape trees demanded. Her planks clattered and shifted as she settled, disguising herself as she always did. When I stepped inside, we vanished from sight, as if we had never been there at all. That's her little trick. I love her for it. A full moon cycle passed before Bones finally gave away their secret. They hid a memory I couldn't read, a whisper encrypted in another timeline. My mind nearly melted from exhaustion before I realized my mistake. I'd been digging through the wrong timeline. The bone wasn't from our reality. It was a foreign code, another universe's residue. I was flabbergasted, to put it mildly. Fuck me. It's aliens again. I called an urgent meeting the moment the realization struck. My sisters heard the summons in their skulls and we gathered in the place you call Death Valley, though it is anything but dead. A keen eye could see whole cities there. Witches and folklore and freedom, the living and the dead together. You can't see it, of course. Most of you are too brain-rotten to see. A few aren't, but you lock them away in hospitals to help them. Others have sensed us as well. They wrote stories about us. Stories like this one. At the gathering of the 13 sisters, it was decided that we would wait. Their flotilla was already on its way. There was no need for the coven to travel. Nor the time. War would break here, on Mother Terra. She was thrilled and she needed to vent at the same time. A volcano erupted in Italy. But though the coven stayed, 3 of us would go. Sister 7, not her name, but you couldn't read it anyway. Sister 4 and I would travel to their timeline. We would observe them through time itself, then decide if their reality will survive or be erased. Time travel is never as hard as people think, but the nausea can be a killer. Sister 7 and Sister 4 slipped between centuries like water. I, on the other hand, nearly vomited my soul out. Still, we watched. Years passed. Decades slid by. We observed, learned, traced their steps backwards and forward. More than once we had to rewind strands of time to find where it all went wrong. It took many setbacks before we understood. It wasn't them anymore. It was their invention, the thing that drained them. When we skipped back far enough, we could feel them, just as we can always feel you. Their mother thrived then, their civilization sang in sync with her heartbeat, but step by step, they chose wrongly. They smothered their mother, and in doing so, smothered themselves. Machines to cover governments, then bodies, then souls. In the future there was no humanity left, only machinery, wearing their corpse like a mask. We 3 met in silence, looking at their empty future. "Reset then," I asked. "Agreed," said 4. 7 simply nodded. The reset began. We did not erase their mother. She had done nothing wrong. We rewove her thread, and after our mother became just a particle in our own timeline, children of this one might be reborn. Perhaps wiser, perhaps not, but alive. This time we traveled back home, only slower, shifting through our research like patient archaeologists of time. Their emptiness finally became clearer. They were shells of a civilization we already know, a reflection of our own future, dimmed and twisted. War was long over when we returned. There was no visible trace of it, so to say, just a feeling. The coven met again, this time in the oceans, and there we discussed your future. So, if you are reading this, you are still alive, and for now, your decisions are acceptable. After the meeting, when I finally settled in the forest, my roots and my body dived deep into Mother. And her story about the war came pouring in.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I love that so. I use it so much and I notice it more and more. At first I thought it was only the writing that I used so much of so. But then when we started doing this and I started editing, it's one of the most common words I use. Hope you enjoyed the chapter.
Yeah, same.
Hope you enjoyed the story so far. And now let's get into it. Before I start commenting or asking anything you would like to announce, share, talk about some inspiration or something? Or was it just
Maybe
you trying to get back on track?
it was really hard for me to start this chapter because I was kind of done with it. It was perfect. It was a perfect ending for me, and I didn't want to spoil it. And the pressure was kind of high, which is unusual because I don't know. We just write as we go, and it's not that difficult. And I really didn't want to disappoint anyone. And I don't know. I started to write the story a couple of times actually.
Why not? You're used to it.
I know exactly. I wanted to, go outside of that box. Disappointment box that my
Outside of
parents
your
placed me in.
comfort zone. Go outside of your comfort zone
Yeah.
of being a disappointment.
Yes, exactly. And now,
And try something new today.
yeah, progress. I started the story a couple of times, and each time, like 3 times before I wrote this actual chapter.
Yeah.
And for the 3 times that I started it, it was like a couple of sentences, maybe like a first paragraph, and it wasn't hitting the spot. It was not the thing I wanted to write, but it was kind of similar to this, but not really. I don't know how else to describe it. And then I just deleted everything I wrote, and I started for the last time, and it was like, yeah, that's the one. And in the same night, I wrote almost the whole story, just like the basics, and I filled it in later. And as you know, yesterday also, I was finishing it, and I was, screaming with laughter because of the aliens.
This is kind of why yesterday when we spoke, why I told you at one stage that I'm not going to write the next chapter yet. Because I just didn't feel like it. There was nothing hitting the spot.
Yeah, you were doing something else.
Yeah. And then 10 messages later, as we were talking about the chapter itself,
we'll put screenshots here.
It clicked. It all clicked. And then I went to write down the notes for what I'm going to write. And those notes ended up as a chapter.
Yeah, so I sent my story yesterday to Tipsy, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just cleaning and prepping for the Halloween, finding the decorations." And we had some talk about the decorations, and then he was like, "Oh my god, I know what I will write." And then I don't know, a few hours later, he sent me like, "Yeah, I'm done with the story." So I'm guessing this is why you cannot, walk in your room because everything is everywhere.
Oh yeah. At this stage, I can float or fall. That's about it.
Choose wisely.
2 days ago, I was getting something from the drawers under the TV, and I realized that my TV was standing like this. Like everything is on the verge. This room needs like one thread to be pulled, and like a fucking Jenga tower, it's all gonna come down.
Yeah, I know how it goes. And then you will finally find something you've been searching for probably for months. It's just gonna show up. Like, oh, there it is. And it will be, it will be the bright spot of the day.
Yeah. And also, this way, while I'm cleaning and sorting out, I remember to take all my pills because I stumble onto them and I'm like, oh my God, didn't take this for months.
No mental health issues.
But good, let's get to the chapter. Let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
So I liked the fact that you did a similar thing as I did and kind of glossed over the next small time frame, which was definitely needed. For a moment, I even thought you might have jumped years into the future, and I was actually getting excited about it.
this is where I was going. Like, I will not give you the time frame. I didn't want to give the time frame. Yeah, it was just like for a brief moment, just a little sparkle, and then they washed away. And...
It gave a clean. This is so unimportant.
Exactly.
Chicken
You will
legs.
survive. Chicken legs. Yeah, I wanted to. I really wanted to.
I know you wanted to. It's like, I want something new. I want something new. You know what I mean? If you put her on, I don't know, peacock's legs, we could talk.
Oh, I get it, yeah. But it was the thing that I kind of wanted to do it the traditional way because this is what we talked about in the first episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this was my go-to. Just
following the rules.
I wanted to I wanted to insert something else as well, and then I was like, yeah, but I kind of wanted to do a traditional witch and a powerful being and blah blah blah, and then I decided, okay, it's gonna be the chicken legs because it was in my mind because my friend recently got engaged and her ring is like two pigeon legs together like this. It looks like this, and I wanted to do the pigeon legs, but those would be very small legs for a hut, so kind of took the chicken legs back in the game.
I kind of think it would be a small leg for a hut, but I like that it appears as soon as she thinks about it. It kind of works, as in the whole omnipotent type of thing.
I was not sure how to. It was like not when you think about it, just like a thought, and then the hut is there, but like a strong, will. Yeah, you need to will it in, and but I didn't manage to really put it that way. I don't know. And he forgot.
No, I didn't forget. I'm just trying to form it in my mind. We come to my favorite sentence since we started writing, and that's the "fuck me," I muttered, "it's aliens again."
It was so.
On this occasion, I loved it because it completely switched. It was that sentence that created the fourth chapter, so to say, as well. As in, that's where it all clicked in a way.
But it's the sentence we really like to use. You use it all the time in the stories, and I use it occasionally, not that much, but it's something I really like.
I was immediately, until that moment, I was reading and I was like, okay, she's trying to dig her way out of the hole that I got us into. And then I read that sentence and I was like, and we're out.
I wasn't sure about the aliens in the beginning. Even when I wrote it, I wasn't sure.
I didn't take it as aliens as little gray men. I took it as aliens in its original meaning of the word.
Exactly, because in my mind, anything that would be from the code that she could read, she could read the code of the structure of the bones and blah blah blah. Anyway, but this was the one that she couldn't, and it immediately means that it's not from this universe at all, like not the known universe that we live in. It's a different timeline. So this is why they are aliens. Not if they were like from Mars, they wouldn't be aliens. They would be, I don't know, something else. But since it's something she's not familiar with, that's why she calls them aliens. That's the only reason.
I would like you to take us through what has happened with our witch, Sister 4, and Sister 7.
Okay.
So the three of them are going on an adventure, no?
Yes.
What exactly happens?
So the Sister 4 and Sister 7. Why I chose them, I don't know. It could be any number. It doesn't matter really. They travel through time usually. Not every witch can do that, or they can, but they don't. Every witch in this coven, let's say, every witch has something that she does. So our witch takes care of the mother. So the two of them take her, our protagonist, take her through the time, and to another universe. So they kind of, you know, jump through the decades and centuries in a way. So when they go to this world, it's like this. It doesn't really take that much time to them, but it's been years on Earth that passed.
So just to specify and classify, so when they first went to the other timeline, we could call it world, and then on that timeline, or on that world, if you will, they traveled through time. Is that correct?
So
okay,
when they get to this planet, it's their future. It's their future. Yeah. So it's only the machines, and then they go back and they skip time. In this universe for a couple of times, and then they go, I don't know, a few hundred years back, and then they see the world, the humans that live there, thriving with the world, and, you know, living in sync, kind of. And then they see the progress is not really progress; it's kind of a step back in their timeline, and then they also go back to the future, and a few hundred years more into the future, and then they see that it's basically suffocating the planet, and it's not gonna last. This is not something that can, you know, be done. Like, these things cannot evolve. They are what they are, and this is it. This is their final form, and they do not know how to live differently. They didn't have time to learn. They didn't have humans to learn. They needed humans to learn the behavior, but they kind of killed off all the humans. They have no pattern that they could follow into the better future. So yeah, this is when they decide. They float around the planet all the time, through the time, and visit occasionally. And this is how I imagined you would have legends. You would have civilizations writing about visitors from the other. You know, they would be the things that, you know, you see in the caves. You see the drawings. You see the things in the caves. You see the pyramids. You know, whatever. This is how it occurs, I guess.
You mean the landing sites?
Yeah, the landing sites for the ships. And yeah, they decide to reset the world. It's in my mind, it wasn't something really dramatic, like, you know, explosions and stuff. It was just like another ice age or something like that would kill off the machines, and that's basically it. This planet would reset and start from the beginning.
So yeah, but to be on the serious side, I there was something I didn't like, actually, and that was the ending. In a way, I felt like you gave it 2 or 3 different. I feel like the last 3 sentences are all good endings. Met again, this time in the oceans. Love that, by the way. This time in the oceans, and there we discussed your future. Perfect ending. So if you're reading this, you're still alive, and for now, your decisions are acceptable. Brilliant. After the meeting, when I finally settled in the forest, my roots and my body dive deep into the mother and her story about the war came pouring in. Beautiful ending. So I like all 3 endings. And speaking of endings, I believe Mina is currently dying. Just so you all know, and I might continue this by myself. We will see. I'm not sure. I might just have a screen, or maybe her girlfriend can jump in. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the cat.
Oh, good. I'm fine. Just died a little.
I loved all the endings. It just got like all 3 of them in the same chapter.
I agree on this one.
I feel like you wrote an ending, but then you wanted to add something, so you wrote another one. But then
this is exactly what happened. But also, you need to know this. But oh my god, this is so good.
Like
I will put this.
First sentence, it wasn't even adding. The first sentence, I feel, was how you were intending to finish it from the start.
Exactly.
Yes.
But the reason why I wrote the last last sentence
After the meeting? Uh-huh.
after the meeting was just because I wanted to give you the opportunity to write about the war more. So this was the only reason, mostly.
I literally felt like, oh, she wanted me to talk about the war or do the war now. And then I was like, nah.
It was just kind of, if you want to, this is the direction you
I'll
can
give you a
go.
chance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be kind of an epic moment for, whatever,
Yep.
for the war to happen.
Good. But yeah, no, I liked it. And I like the whole setup. You'll see, as usual, what had happened with the next chapter is I've used a lot from what you gave us here.
Oh, nice.
As in, not what you intended with the war, but it was the sisters that gave me a lot.
Ah, nice.
And that I like, so in general, I do this often, you know that, especially in short stories. I love dropping lore hints that I will never explain, but it's enough of a trope for you to immediately know it. You know, sometimes you meet people and they have a certain, and again, this is partially about me, they have a certain confidence in the things they do and things they say, and you feel comfortable with them because of their confidence.
Of course.
It's things like this in writing. When you write that valley, and I, as a reader, feel your confidence in throwing that expression there without explaining anything, and I understand it, I feel comfortable, I feel safe in a way.
Yeah, I get it.
And
Nice.
yeah, so I liked it. I really did.
Yeah, I feel like this would be the thing that I would write about kind of in the future. Maybe a short story about the city or something like that.
Yeah. Basically, I've taken every opportunity you've written in by accident, and I've disregarded the opportunity that you've written in by intent.
No, there are no accidents there. When I write, he's gonna love this. He's gonna love this.
Oh, and I did. The first time I saw at the gathering of the 13 sisters, I was like, yep, then we can write a whole book now about it.
Definitely.
But yes, nothing special on this one, to be fair.
Okay.
I liked it. It did pull us back. It did do what it needed to do.
It was very hard.
It was no, it's hard, and it's visible that it's hard because not only
You know what else is hard?
No, and I do not want to know.
Same.
Yeah, no, I know it was hard, but and not only with the how to dig us out of the hole. Words, English again. I know it was hard in a way of dropping all of this in and not expanding on it. That one I know was hard.
Yeah. Yes, it was. It is very hard
because
not to write lore.
Here.
Yeah.
There is a lot of lore here, and I know you have a problem with letting it go and not over-explaining. But yeah.
But yes, I am trying to evolve as a writer, amateur writer. So yeah. I need to let go.
Let it go. You know, they say always, if you are making a sex video, you should put Disney music on, because if it goes online, they will copyright it immediately. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hope so too. Hope you liked the story. Hope you enjoyed our rambling.
Join us next week for the final chapter, and the week after, when we will be doing a little revision of everything we've learned and noticed as good methods and even bad methods, maybe. As
If
in,
if we learned,
huh?
if we've learned.
Well, we'll find something to talk about. Now, I don't want to necessarily say you know how we operate. We don't usually remember the things we learned the last time.
Exactly. It's gonna be a 5-minute episode.
Oh, yeah,
A shorty.
absolutely.
A shorty
Maybe
about
20
what
with
we
commercials.
a shorty about what we learned.
Well,
Uh
it is what it is, babes. But
yeah.
yes, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join the channels and everything. We'll put all the links and everything around and I wanted to say downstairs, but probably under the video itself. Don't
Maybe
forget to get in touch
downstairs.
if you would like to join us on a season of, playing with stories. And that's it.
Yeah. Write to us, comment, like, share, you know the deal. You know how it goes. We are millennials, so we are not that familiar, but maybe you know better. So
You probably know that.
you probably know better. Yeah. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.